You've just been involved in a minor crash in Florida. The damage looks small, maybe it's a dent, you feel okay. So the question is, do you really need a lawyer? The answer is it depends. But making the wrong call early can cost you later. So, first, let's define what people mean by a minor crash. Usually, they're talking about low vehicle damage, no immediate injuries, everyone drives away. The classic fender bender we've heard so much about. But here's the issue: a crash that looks minor is not always minor medically or legally. And in Florida personal injury cases, symptoms often show up hours or days later. So, as we've discussed before, Florida is a no fault insurance state. That means your own insurance, your personal injury protection or PIP coverage, pays for 80% of your medical bills, 60% of your lost wages, up to $10,000. But to qualify for PIP benefits, you must seek medical treatment within 14 days of the crash. If you miss that deadline, you lose coverage. So get checked out just in case. Now, in some minor crash situations, you may not need a lawyer. For example, no injuries develop after those first few days or even week. Minimal property damage. No dispute about fault. Little to no ongoing treatment. In those cases, you may be able to handle the insurance claim directly. But here's where people get into trouble. You should strongly consider speaking with a Florida personal injury lawyer if you start feeling pain or symptoms. You need medical treatment beyond an initial visit. The insurance company calls asking for a recorded statement. Fault is being disputed. The other driver's insurance company starts calling you. You're unsure about your rights. Listen, one time a buddy of mine was hit by a driver while he was out for a run. He didn't have any external injuries, and he said he felt fine that day after that collision. I told him, listen, let me know how you are in a couple of days. And boy, did he let me know. Within 2 days, he was hurting all over, and it ended up that he had some back issues that we were able to get treated. But that first day, he said he felt fine. What starts as a minor crash can quickly become a real injury claim. Here are the most common mistakes people make after a minor crash: not getting medical care within 14 days, telling either insurance company I'm fine, telling the police and anyone else on the scene you're fine, giving a recorded statement too early, not documenting injuries or damage. These minor mistakes can reduce or limit your ability to recover compensation. And listen, talking to a lawyer doesn't mean filing a lawsuit. It means understanding your rights under Florida law, whether your case has value, figuring out fault, and how to deal with insurance companies. A quick consultation can prevent bigger problems later. So, do you need a lawyer for a minor car crash in Florida? Sometimes no, but sometimes absolutely yes. If there's any doubt, it's worth asking. Getting a consultation is normal. You do it if your plumbing was acting up, if your car's engine started making noise, or if your fridge stopped working. You've just been hit by a 2,000-pound vehicle. This is no different. It's just making sure that you're handling the situation the right way. Now, I'm George Politis, a Florida personal injury attorney. Know your rights, protect your claim, and don't assume a crash is minor just because the way it looks.